Today, we are taking coffee cake to the next level with this gluten-free blueberry coffee cake. This coffee cake is moist, fluffy, and full of deliciousness. And the best part is you don't need to be gluten-free to enjoy this beauty. Everyone can dig in. And now let's get to the recipe. For the topping, mix together half a cup of all-purpose gluten-free flour, half a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 and 8, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Cut in half a cup of cold unsalted butter until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. I like to use my pastry blender, but you can also use your hands or a fork. Once the mixture looks like coarse crumbs, stop mixing. Set this aside for later. In a separate bowl, lightly beat together 3 large eggs. Add in 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and continue beating until the mixture is light and fluffy. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes with an electric mixer or 5 to 7 minutes by hand. Add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and set this aside. Now let's make the batter. In another bowl, whisk together 1 3/4 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1 and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. In this case, I am using a 1-to-1 gluten-free flour, but you can use your favorite gluten-free all-purpose flour. I have a list of my favorite gluten-free flours down below if you want to check them out. In a small bowl, mix together 1/3 a cup of milk and 1/3 a cup of melted unsalted butter. Add this to the dry ingredients along with the egg mixture from earlier. Mix everything together on low speed until just combined. Then add in 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. I always use frozen blueberries in all of my recipes because they're just so much more affordable. Plus, they taste just as good as fresh. Just make sure that you always buy the no sugar added variety. Once the blueberries are evenly distributed throughout the batter, pour the batter into a greased and floured 9 by 13-inch baking pan. Spread the batter evenly and then add the crumble topping that we made earlier. I like to use my hands to press the crumble into the batter just so that it is evenly distributed. But you can also use a fork or the back of a spoon. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes or until a wooden skewer inserted into the center comes out clean or with just a few crumbs attached. Let the coffee cake cool in the pan for 10 minutes before serving. And then you can slice and serve. This coffee cake is so delicious. It is moist, fluffy, and full of flavor. The topping is buttery, cinnamon rye, and the perfect amount of sweet, and the blueberries are bursting with flavor. Every bite is just so delicious. I promise you won't regret making this coffee cake. I like to serve this coffee cake with a hot cup of coffee or tea. It is the perfect fall treat. It's also great for breakfast, brunch, or a mid-morning snack. And this coffee cake is best served within 2 days of making it. Any longer than that, and it starts to dry out. So I suggest making this coffee cake the day of or the night before. This coffee cake is also great at room temperature. So you can make it ahead of time, slice it up, and keep it at room temperature for a quick and easy snack or dessert. And you can also freeze this coffee cake for up to 3 months. To freeze, simply wrap the coffee cake tightly in plastic wrap and then place it in a freezer-safe bag. To thaw, remove the plastic wrap and allow the coffee cake to sit at room temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you can slice and serve. So I hope you give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And don't forget to follow for more delicious recipes. Have a great day. Bye.